Alright guys, welcome to another Unity tutorial here. So in this video here, I want to talk about taking in player information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and right click in my hierarchy here. I'm going to go to UI here, and I'm going to go to input field from here. And I'm going to scroll out a little bit here. And the input field, I'm cool with that name, so I'm just going to hit enter on my keyboard here. Now whenever you work with UI elements here, it's always important to keep in mind your screen resolution here. And I guess in general, whatever game you're working on, always keep in mind your screen resolution. So if I go to game here, you can see that I'm on 1920 by 1080. If I go back to scene here, you'll see this is at the bottom left-hand corner. So I'm going to hit W on my keyboard here. I'm going to move this towards the center. This way it's easier to see here. And then I'm going to hit R on my keyboard here. T on my keyboard. And I'm going to make this bigger. I'm holding Shift on my keyboard so it keeps the same proportions. And then Alt so that drags from 4 corners as opposed to just 1 from there, okay? So a little bit bigger from there. And then what I'll do is on the input field, if I drop down this arrow from here, I have placeholder text and I have text from here. So the text is what they would type in at runtime here. The placeholder text is, you can kind of see here, it says enter text from there. And since that's kind of small here, I'm going to highlight both of these here, holding Shift on my keyboard here, and I'm going to make these about size 80. I like that. Let's give it centered from there, and then enter text. I like that. Why don't we change that to something like enter your name, and then save. Now if I run let me make sure everything's good to go. Cool. Now if I hit start here, you'll see that we have the suggested text here. And when I start to type in here, that goes away here, and I'm good with the other text, okay? Now, how do I get that information with a script from here? Well, I do have one empty script. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And I'm going to declare one namespace at the top here. I'm going to say, using Unity engine.ui. And then what I'll do is here, I'm going to set up a public variable. I'm going to say public input field. And let's just call this input. So input field is the type, and I'll name input. Now what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to set up a method here. I'm going to say public void, and let's call this like player's name method from there. I'm not going to take any arguments from here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, let's set up a string here. Let's say string name equals input dot text. Okay, so whatever they put in as the text for right here, that's going to be saved in this variable from here. Now let's go ahead and just debug that back to the console here, debug.log. I'm going to pass in a name from here. Let's go ahead and save this. So how do I activate this method here? Well, I guess call would be the right term. So how do I call this method from here? Let's go ahead and go back to our scene here, and let's hook up a button, okay? And that's going to take a second. And what I'll do is I'm going to go to my canvas here, right click, I'm going to go to UI here, and let's go to button. Button's a fine name here. I'm going to hit W on my keyboard here and drag that right about there. Actually I think that was T, I apologize here. And then we can do the same thing with the text for the button. I'm going to make the size 80, and let's go center, and let's make this bold and italic from there, okay? Let's save it. Now on my button, I need to assign this method, to my other monitor, this method to that button. So first thing here, actually let me take back a step here. I need to drag this onto something in scene here. So let's go to canvas. Let's drag this on here. Cool, let's save this here. So it's looking for an input. I'm going to drag my input field right there. And then on the button, I'm going to scroll down to the on click, hit plus, drag in the canvas game object because that is where this script is living. Drop that down to new script here because that's the title of our script. And we're going to go to player's name from there, okay? Let's save this. Let's hit start, and let's see if this all works from here. Typing your name. My name is Austin. Go to console here, and let's hit button. And we can see it has my name from there. If I change this here, if I say something like Jim, and I hit that button again, we can see that prints back onto the console. So guys, great job in this tutorial. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to give me a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe if you guys want to see more. If you guys really enjoyed it, we go into a lot more detail in my Udemy courses. Links in the descriptions below. Hope you guys have a great day.